on this Armed Forces Day. More than 1,000 gather to say goodbye to a fallen hero who died too young.
He died fighting for us, fighting for this county, and fighting for this country.
He wanted to do his job, and he did his job.
Plus a special way to pay tribute.
If you would like to pay your respects to him and his family.
A request from a fellow Marine creates a moment for Sergeant Wade Wilson's family they will never forget.
Of non-stop news and no-wait weather starts now. In high definition from the news leader, this is 10 at 10 on KBTX News 3.
Good evening. We begin tonight with a story of a local hero who paid the ultimate sacrifice protecting his country. On May 11th, Marine Sergeant Wade Daniel Wilson was killed in action while fighting overseas in Afghanistan. Today, there was an outpouring of support as people gathered to remember the life of the 22-year-old Leona native. News 3's Clay Falls was there, and Clay, Sergeant Wilson's passing is uniting not only close-knit Leon County, but people from across the state and even the country.
Yeah, Daniel, more than 1,000 people from as far away as Michigan filled the Centerville High School auditorium today. It's a story of sadness, but also joy remembering Leona's hometown hero. And while Sergeant Wade Wilson only lived on this earth 22 years, he lives on in the memories of those who knew him.
It's a life that touched not only those of Leon County, but across the state and even the far corners of the world. Marine Sergeant Wade Wilson of Leona was killed during combat May 11th while on duty in Helmand Province, Afghanistan. We're told his action saved 2 fellow Marines. Pastor Joe Dacus of Leona Baptist Church spoke of Wilson's faith in Christ and heart for service.
He says the true soldier fights not because he hates what is in front of him, but because he loves what is behind him.
Corey Boudier has been best friends with Wade since first grade.
Don't discredit his death by, saying that we shouldn't be over there. That was his choice, and he was completely devoted to the cause. That's not how he felt. He wanted to do his job, and he did his job.
During the memorial, State Senator Steve Ogden and Representative Marva Beck presented the family with a flag that had flown on top of the state capitol in the Marines' memory. Following the service at Centerville High School, a sea of cars and Patriot Guard motorcycles escorted the casket to Evans Chapel Cemetery outside Leona, with hundreds lining the streets as the procession passed through his hometown.
This is what we do. We're patriots, and we're honoring our son that was fallen in Afghanistan.
Janice Hayes and friends waved flags in show of support. She's close friends with Wilson's grandparents.
Yes, you just had to be here to appreciate the emotion and the crowd. This auditorium holds 704 people. It was full. They were lined up around the sides, out in the parking lot listening on the radio. This is just a testimony to this young man.
A young man who gave it all with a county, state, and nation forever grateful.
He's looking down and smiling right now, and loving the attention. And he wants us to be happy. He wouldn't want us to be around mourning his death.
Sergeant Wade Wilson joined the Marines at the age of 17 and was on his second tour of duty in Afghanistan. He is survived by his mom and dad, step-parents, and more than half a dozen siblings. Daniel.
Thank you very much, Clay. And in lieu of flowers, the family is requesting that donations be made to the Sergeant Wade Daniel Wilson Scholarship Fund set up at Citizens State Bank in Buffalo and Centerville, or any Wells Fargo location. And on a lighter note, following this tragic story, you may remember a YouTube video we told you about earlier this week, created by one of Sergeant Wade Wilson's fellow Marines who served with him overseas. It was a video directed at Sergeant Wilson's favorite singer.
So this is a shout out to the one and only Taylor Swift. I know you have no idea who I am, but this video isn't about me. This video is about a good buddy, Sergeant Wade D. Wilson, who was killed in action last Friday in Afghanistan. Anybody that knew Willie personally knew that he worshipped you. He even slept with a poster of you in between our beds in Afghanistan.
Well, that video goes on to ask Taylor Swift if she would do something to honor Sergeant Wade Wilson, and it worked. The video caught on as more than 7,000 people have viewed it as of tonight, one of those people actually being Taylor Swift. Swift called Sergeant Wilson's mother to express her condolences and sent flowers to his funeral today. Swift also told Sergeant Wilson's mother that she would like to wear his dog tags in her next video. A family member told KBTX that words cannot express what all of this has meant to their family in such a difficult time. And also on this